Alright, sad day. It is the final day I'll be working the chainsaw series. That's not what I mean when I say sad day. Actually, as far as that goes, today is day 1 of the TORSE championship. Tomorrow is day 2. There's also a single day $600 TORSE event that starts and ends tomorrow. Today for me is Wednesday, but I don't work on Thursdays, so this is it. But when I said sad day, second Wednesday in a row, no supermarket flyers. I checked the mailbox before I left. It's supposed to be the big draw of living at a permanent address to get the supermarket flyers. 2 weeks in a row, nothing. So I guess I'll just go to El Super tomorrow. They'll have the flyers in the store. It's not even about buying the things, it's just about reading them. #1 hobby all time, so didn't start today in the best mood. Anyway, taking the monorail. Yeah, is that the down? I'll continue when there's no music. Alright, no music. I don't remember what I was saying though. Just talking about the track. The track doesn't go farther south than Harmon. It doesn't affect the strip farther south than Harmon. So Harmon is the road that runs east-west across the strip, just north of Aria, just south of Planet Hollywood and Cosmopolitan. So parking at MGM is no problem. So I got here to the link. I'm gonna walk to work. I hope walking south from Planet Hollywood to MGM isn't a hassle at the end of the night, and that'll be a good time when it's not that busy in the middle of the night to ask him to check Bravo for my hours at MGM to officially see if I got to 150. Pretty sure, but I don't know. No, it is not always 110 degrees in Vegas. It is 48 right now. But who cares about the temperature? It's hot dog and cheeseburger day. And I'm here like an hour early. I'm really gonna go to town on these cheeseburgers. As they block off the Bellagio driveway. Hope you're not leaving Bellagio right now, because you can't. Some people are running through before they close the gate. But after this, you're gonna have to hop the fence. All right, clock in imminently. Went to town on the cheeseburgers, buns with oats on them. First time we had that. And in addition to the 2 burgers I made, I also put a hot dog together. So we had the pickle chips, slices, whatever you call them. Last time we had spears, which doesn't really make a lot of sense for burgers. Back to normal this time. So gonna clock in, and the TORSE. This is the final 2-day event. It's the penultimate event in your face, Herbs and Rye, and they just went on break like seconds ago before I turned the camera on. So I think they're down to 24, I think 46 entries, 24 left, 6-handed because of the triple draw game in there. So they're on 4 tables right now, and they played down to either the end of level 17 or when they cash, or 15% of the field. I don't know, it seems to change a lot, but whatever. All right, been dealing. Christian from Germany is in the room again. That's a fun table. 2 friends from Chicago are here talking a little baseball trivia, things like that. And on the first table I dealt, I opened table 3, which is a rare table for us to have a cash game, but the chainsaw event is taking up a lot of tables. So I opened that table, and Scott and Kyle were at that table. Don't think Kyle watches the videos, but Scott knew about the videos. They're both part of the Hubwise team, so shout out to everybody. I think I'm all caught up on the shout outs. The tournament, here's the clock. The tournament, they're at 13 now. It's 6-handed. 6 max because of the triple draw. So they're on 13. When they lose 1 more, they'll be down to 2 tables. And what is it? Are 9 getting paid? I don't remember. I don't have it memorized, but I think they're going to play to either the end of level 17 or when they make the money, but I'm not 100% sure on that. It seems to change. Sometimes the end of level 17, sometimes the money, sometimes 15%. 15% is usually the money. Sometimes they round differently, playing down to 15% and in the money. Sometimes if it's like a decimal, like 1 round's one way and 1 round's the other. There was a slight discrepancy last night about when they were stopping and bagging. So that's that, and I think that's it for now. Oh, I saw the results of the day 2 of the horse. Yeah, didn't recognize who won. Josh Aryeh did not win. Carol, viewer of the channel, did not win, but they were both on the final table. And yeah, I must have dealt to the guy who won, but don't recognize them by name. I just saw the list of the names. All right, so that tournament, they just bagged. The tournament players are gone. They're coming back tomorrow at noon for day 2. We were supposed to play down to either 17 levels complete or in the money, which was 9 players, 8 players. We didn't do either. We played well until level 18, and they did not make the money yet. They're still on the money bubble. So we got to the end of level 17, and like one guy on each table was short, and people really don't like coming back on a second day just to like play one hand and get knocked out and not get paid. So most people wanted to keep playing at least until the money bubble burst. One guy says he needs to get up early tomorrow and said like, I'll play a few more. I'm not like, if it needs to be like X number of more levels or like X number more hours, like no, we're just ending now. I need to be up early tomorrow. If we could just do it for like a little bit and see if someone gets knocked out, okay. So everyone agreed to that. So we played, I don't know, like 20 more minutes or something. Well, we were hand for hand, but yeah, we played for like 20 more minutes. The shortest guy on our table chipped up a little, and eventually the guy who has to be up early tomorrow just said like, I'll play like 2 more hands, but that's it. We need to be done. So we played more than half of level 18 is done, but they're not in the money. So whatever. They come back tomorrow. I won't be here. 2 cash games are going. So this is the 1:30 to 2 o'clock down right now. We're gonna stay open at least 30 more minutes. So I finished, you know, bagging and doing everything on the tournament table now. From 2 to 2:30, I'll deal a cash game, and it looks like we're gonna close at 2:30. All right, just walked out of Harmon Corner. I'm allowed to right now, so I think I can get back to my car. Just walk south on the east side of the strip from PH to MGM. Poor lighting. There we go. So we stayed open a little later. Stayed open until 2:30. Yeah, it looked like at like 1:15, it looked like we were gonna stay open for a while. Things just break down around that time of night. So from I think right at 2, we had 2 tables, and very quickly into the 2 o'clock to 2:30 down, we had 1 break. Mine was the one that stayed. So I dealt from 2 to 2:30, and then I went and got 2 more cheeseburgers in the EDR. Now I'm walking back to the car. I know the Condor will like this, other dealers might like this too. So last night I was dealing table 3, the last down of the night, and it's not a table we usually use. Usually like 1, 2, 5, 6, those are the 4 closest tables to the podium. So those are the tables we use, but a lot was going on. So we had a cash game on table 3, and we usually don't keep a bank in there. We don't keep chips when we lock the lid on table 3, because we usually, if we use it lately, it's for a tournament. If you remember, like a couple weeks ago, a week ago, that 10 friend private sit and go, that was on table 3. So usually not chips in there. So we opened the table and needed to bring over chips. Well, when we closed the table, we were bringing all the chips back to the desk, to the cage. So I was going over there, and the floor told me, when you close table 3, take all the chips up to the front with you, whatever that means to you. So I said, sounds like you're saying somehow use all the whites, so it's easier to bring all these chips up to the front. And he said, whatever that means to you, take the chips with you when you're done. So I made it my mission to use up all the whites. I think I sat, and I had about 140 in white $1 chips. And when we ended, I only had 5 $1 chips. And there was a time I just couldn't help myself. There was a pot of like $18, all white chips. I couldn't help it. I took whites into the rack, even though I was trying to get rid of them, and put a red into the pot, so I wasn't pushing a ton of whites to the player who won that pot. So yeah, got 140 down to 5, and then all the chips fit in 1 rack when I brought it up. That was the goal. I had a 700 in green 25s, I had 295 in reds 5s, and I had 5 $1 white chips. It all fit in 1 rack with plenty of space to spare. So interesting challenge at the end of the night yesterday. And right now, only other thing, I'm gonna ask him to calculate my hours when I get down to MGM, see if I officially made gold. I'm right back where I started, the 3 stacks of high society. No, I'm right back where I started in the MGM parking garage, and I'm pretty sure I'm in this aisle. 150 hours, 37 minutes. Don't need to play at MGM anymore this year. I am gold. Don't get your gold card until at least February 1st the following year, but yeah, I did it. So I think that's a wrap. on the video. Oh, and a wrap on the chainsaw series. Yeah, one more day of it, but I'm not in tomorrow. So that's it for me and dealing mixed games until Black Friday, day after Thanksgiving. I mean, I haven't seen the schedule yet, but I imagine I'll be on the schedule at the Orleans. Day 1 of the winter series is November 28th. And yeah, got my gold status. F1 stuff is about to happen. Something happens later today, Thursday, it's after midnight. Something happens Friday, the race is Saturday. And I think that's gonna do it. So yeah, interesting video coming up. I'm very curious to see the next pay stub, because we didn't get paid much per down when we held this series in May when we first opened. So don't know what the down rate was like this time. Part of it was definitely that we were new and inefficient, and it was smoother this time around on the poker room's part. But those are tournaments that last. Some of them start at 11, like don't end until like 4 a.m. So that's a lot of downs that need to be dealt. So we'll see what it's like, but I'll check the pay stub when I get it. I will get it like 6 or 7 days from now, I think. And yeah, that's it for this video. And remember, rice is a spoon food.